Hello, everyone. How are you today? Hello, hello.
Hi,
Hello,
teacher.
teacher.
How was your discussion about leadership? Was it good?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Yes. And also about debates, right? Well, my friends, we have a very interesting lesson today because it will help you for the exam a lot. Today we are going to write our reviews. Yeah, so basically the whole lesson will be on that. We will have plenty of time for you to train on that skill. I will give you some tips. I will show you the structure. I also selected like really interesting material from the test. I mean, not exactly the same, but the kind of questions they will ask you, like the kind of request they will give you. Like for example, you have to write a review, yeah. But we have books or articles or movies, yes. So that's what I want us to do. At least to write two today. One, yes, as individual work, and the other one with some people, yeah. So let me show you our agenda. That's basically our plan. We will be talking about reviews the whole class. But, okay, wait a second. Here we are with the agenda. What's going on in the chat? Let me just check it very quickly, guys. I have some messages. Oh my God, like 5. Wait, please. Okay, wait, give me a second. Okay, thank you, thank you. So let me show you our agenda. And we are ready for today's class. Okay, guys, here we are. Class 5. Remember that next week will be pretty much about evaluations, right? 2 days for project, presentation, 2 days for exam. Here we are. Okay. First, we have a warm up about reviews. There are 2 exercises in a separate way. 4 questions about what reviews are. And the other one is pretty much like some little reviews, yeah, to match them with the corresponding picture. Then we will introduce our topic, that is reviews. What do you know about reviews? And we can discuss a little bit about the way we do it, if you have read, if you are familiar to them, yeah? Okay. Then I am going to explain and show you the review structure, and I'm going to give you some tips for writing them. And we will also check out one review from the test structure, like exactly what they ask you to do. So you guys will be studying and training for the test next week. Okay. So after we have this process of knowing them, checking the structure of exam, yeah, at the end, the idea is to have our final products, which are reviews, of course. Individual practice and working together, or maybe working together first and then individual practice, just in case you don't finish, you can have it as homework. Okay, that's our plan. What are the questions and comments for it? Anything you want to say or add? Why are you so quiet, Maria?
No, teacher.
Okay.
No, teacher.
Okay, my dear friends. So let's start with this one, but let me check out the attendance, please. Okay. Here we are. Gerson.
Hi, teacher, present.
Okay. Gerson, how are you? Are you feeling better?
Just a little bit better, teacher. Thank you for us.
Okay. I'm glad to hear that. Jean-Claude. Okay, Jean-Claude told me he was not able to attend our meeting. Hello, hello, Jean-Claude. Okay. Okay. Jessit.
Present teacher.
Very good. Natalia. Hello, Natalia. Can you listen to me? Yes. Okay. Hello, Natalia. Hi.
Hello, teacher.
Okay. Yes. Brian. Hello, Brian.
Hi, teacher.
Okay. Andres. Okay, Andres, I was reading your message. Can you hear me? Okay. Silvia.
Hi, teacher present.
Okay. Elkin. Elkin. Okay. Julian.
Hello, teacher present.
Very good. Jeanette.
Hi, teacher present.
Awesome. Carlos.
Present teacher.
Okay. Mabeli.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Very good. Jose.
I'm here, teacher.
Awesome. Judy.
Present, teacher.
Great. And Lisette.
Present, teacher.
Awesome. Okay. Let's go. Let's start. Okay. I'm going to give you the two links because the first one is very short. It's just 4 questions. And the second one is a little bit longer, but also very simple. So you guys can work on your own, yeah, on your own pace. Okay, for the first one, there are only 4 questions for you to check how much you know about reviews. We have talked about reviews in a previous lesson together. I'm not sure if with me or Laura, but we have in the program. But today we have the whole time, yeah, just for talking about this and also for practicing, which is very good for you. Okay, so the first one, very simple. Read the questions. Try to complete the questions with these 2 or 3 options or the options they give you, and that's it. As soon as you guys are done with that one, I have another one for you. And this one is to know or remember, yes, or check what are the topics or things we would like to mention in the review. Yes, because of course, when you review on a book or on a movie or a service, whatever, yeah, you select some things that you want to mention, yeah. So here is the example about that. Let me explain and then you guys work on them. Okay, so basically you have here the topics or the words that are related to reviews, yes? And for example, if you talk about fiction based on imagined future scientific or technological advance, such as time travel. What are you talking about? Yes, so you guys can match them with a word from here. That's what you have to do. Basically, these words are related to what we usually mention in the review. You can have nouns, you can also find adjectives, yeah, you can also find roles, for example, yeah, like the protagonist or the actor or whatever. Okay, so work on them, please, and tell me when you are done with the 2 exercises. Go ahead. Did I send you the 2 different ones? Yes, I did. Okay. Okay, thank you for telling me that you are done. I will give you 2 more minutes for the ones who are still working on it, and we are ready for checking what reviews are about. Let's go. Okay, guys, perfect. Did you answer them correctly? Yes? Was that okay?
Teacher, I'm finished the second one, the paragraph about the reviews.
Okay. Well, my dear friends, let's talk about. So let's start with discussing a little bit about what a review is. Tell me, what do you know about reviews? What are reviews? Why or what do we need to write a review for? What's the intention? What's the goal? Let's discuss a little bit about it before we start checking the information. So, all ears. Guys,
What, teacher? I
what
can
are,
understand you.
can you hear me well? Excuse me.
Yes, but I I don't know. I can't understand the word.
I was asking you to please tell me what you know about reviews. Yes, what is a review? What is the intention of writing a review? So what do you know about them?
I know it's something related with opinion paragraph. What do you think about, I don't know, maybe a movie or a novel or books, etc. And you need to give also, if we are talking about the structure, it's necessary to talk about the good things and also the bad things and the
Yes,
conclusions.
very good, Sylvia. Reviews are for giving our opinions. You're right. I know that in our culture, it is not very common to rely on reviews. Maybe these days, in which technology takes part of our daily life, it is more common. But in the past, I know that Colombian people were not the kind of people who really check the reviews. Yeah, and I say that because I don't know if I already told you, but in contrast to what I saw when I lived in the States, those people really, really check the reviews for everything. And I'm talking about 13 years ago. Imagine that, yeah? When I was there, I realized that for people, reviews were very, very important. Yeah, if you want to go to the hair salon, okay, let's check the reviews about this service, about the place, and if you find, like bad comments, okay, no, I'm not going there. Yeah. The same for products you wanted to buy, for movies you want to see, for books you want to read. Everything was, about the reviews because they really think or thought at the time that people's opinions were very useful. So they really trusted them. And in contrast to what I had lived in Colombia before I went there, I realized that we were not that kind of people. Yeah, we didn't trust the reviews or check or yeah, but now it is different. Of course, things have changed, and now with technology, we rely a little bit more on it, right? Okay, so summary of this: reviews are comments we make, yes, either way for giving our good, yes, recommendations or for telling people or warn people not to use it, not to do it, not to read it, not to see it. Okay, so we're going to check out the review structure. This is a very well prepared material for you because we have a goal, and is that you guys, of course, know the format you guys need to take for the exam, and that way you are training for it. So first, let's start with the structure of the review. We have a title. It is very important to give a title because we need to know what we're going to talk about, and well, people who read those reviews need to know what you are commenting on, yeah, what you are going to give your opinion about. So we have a title, we have an introduction, yes. In the title, you use the name of the film, the book, the restaurant, the product, whatever you are reviewing on. In the introduction, you need to identify what you are reviewing. Yes, that's why I gave you the previous exercise, because there were lots of information. Yeah. So are you talking about the actors, the director, the setting, the cast? I don't know, the soundtrack. Yeah. What are you talking about? So you have to identify that information. Try to catch the reader's attention. Ask a narrative question. Yes. Give an example. Be specific. Then we have this, the first body paragraph. Yeah, in this one, you will describe the book, the film, the restaurant, the product, whatever you are reviewing on. In the second paragraph, yeah, you comment on the questions you have been asked. Basically, here you are giving the recommendations or the warnings, okay? And the conclusion is to summarize your review with a recommendation at the end. Maybe we just conclude with, okay, overall, yeah, it is a good one. You should try. Or please don't waste your time, yes, reading that book, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is pretty much the whole structure. Now we are going to go in detail to each part. You guys are going to help me because it will be so boring if you just listen to your teacher. Okay, we have our writing guide, step by step to see how we can, perform this activity. So here is an example. You see this announcement in your college English language magazine. This is an example of an exercise, yeah, from the test, from the kind of text we are going to take. So you will see something like this. You see this announcement in your college English language magazine. So here they give you like the whole thing, like the general topic you are going to talk about. And then they will give you the instruction. Okay, book reviews wanted. Have you read a book in which the main character behaved in a surprising way? So, this is not as simple as it seems, because, okay, I can write any review about a book, no problem. But here they're asking me to be specific. They're asking me to think about a book in which a main character behaved in a surprising way. So they're coming from the general to the specific. Write us a review of the book explaining what the main character did and why it was surprising. Tell us whether or not you will recommend this book to other people. Sorry about my voice. I have been talking since 6 a.m. and this is crazy. At this time, it's like, oof. The best reviews will be published in the magazine. This is the task you guys need to do. Okay? This is an example taken from the test. I'm not saying that you guys are going to do exactly this one, but it is a guide for you, yes, to have your strategies and to follow some steps to succeed in this kind of tasks. Questions so far? Do you remember how many words are you requested to write? Remember that I show you the overview of the format. Do you remember?
Teacher.
Yes, how many? Carlos says 150. And there is like a range. Do you remember? Let me see. Yes, Natalia, thank you. Very good. Carlos was right, yes, but Natalia was a little bit more specific because there is a range. So you can have, my God. Okay, not less than 140, not longer than 190. Yes, if you want to achieve it in a successful way. Okay, how can we do it? And what do we need to take into account? Here we are. Step one. In the step one, we have a briefly analysis of the given topic. So what you have to do is briefly analyze the given topic, okay? Brief analysis, so you have to be concise. Let's please here, let me start here. Okay, let's start with Brian. Brian, you are going to help me read, please. Let's go. Brian, are you there? Okay. While Brian gets ready, let's listen to Carlos. Carlos, let's go. What do we need to do? What's the first thing?
Okay, teacher, the first thing you need to do is to underline the description part. In other words, just find what needs to be described.
Continue, Carlos, sorry.
Okay. Secondly, find a discussion part. In other words, try to find the specific points you need to comment on in your text. And finally, find the target reader. So you know, exactly who you are writing for and who is going to read your review.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much, Carlos, for reading. So we have first, second, and the final thing. Let me go back. This is summarizing this, yes? Here, when it says, you see this announcement in your college English language magazine. So basically, you already identified the target, yes? The target audience, that is people who you are writing that review for, okay? And here we have what you need to mention or explain. So, as this first step states, that is a brief analysis, okay? You have to underline, yes, what you want to mention, what you want to describe, yeah? So you have to be specific, yes? And as you have identified the target audience or the target reader, you guys know pretty much what's the language you are going to use, yeah? We have an example here with this. Look, these colors, yes, match the intention here, okay? So if you see this color is a description part. If you see this color is the discussion part. And if you see the yellow color is the target reader. So let's continue with people. Carlos Elkin, please read. Read our model here. Okay, maybe Elkin will read later. I will explain this. Again, our target audience is college English language magazine, because there is when you see the announcement. This is, yes, what refers to our readers. Now, have you read a book in which the main character behaves in a surprising way? This is what you guys need to describe, yeah? And write us a review of the book explaining what the main character did and why it was surprising. This is the discussion part. That is when you are going to comment, when you are going to give specific information, when you are going to use your opinions if you want, of course, yes. The opinions go more a little bit at the conclusion, but in this one, you can also start showing your point of view and perspective. Why not? Okay. So as soon as you guys see the instruction in the exam, you do this. Okay. What is the audience? Oh yeah, what do I have to do? What are the specific information they are asking me to give? Okay. Questions? No questions? My goodness, so quiet. Second part, second step. Well, this one is the summary of the previous one. Now we have all the three elements. Yes, you need, okay. You need to describe book in which the main character behaved in a surprising way. You need to answer what did the main character do and why it was surprising. This is not the structure you guys will see in the text. You will just see it as this, that is the task, this. But as you already have these tips, then you guys can do this. And you say, okay, I organize my ideas. Perfect. Audience, description, discussion. Good. Okay? We know that the target readers are students, teachers, and probably parents because they are part of the school community, yes, school staff, yeah? So the writing style should be neutral or informal, yeah? It's not like someone in authority, but not so formal because there are also parents and teachers. We don't need to be too formal because after all, some of the readers are students, but we also don't want to be too informal as some of the readers are teachers and parents. Okay, good. Now we can start building our structure and writing our review. Step number 2, let's continue with people. After, okay, Jeanette, please.
The review should start with the title, and there are few simple ways to write it. First one, imagine you are reviewing a book, you can write title by author. And second, if you were reviewing a restaurant, you could write name of the restaurant and review.
Yes. So you are given the title because that organizes your information, that also calls attention from the readers, calls the attention from the readers. Yeah, because of course we go to the title and if we are not interested, okay, bye, we don't read it. Yes, if that's not a topic that I would like to know about, I don't read it. How do I know? Reading the title. Imagine that you have to read the whole review to check if you want to read it or not because it doesn't have a title. No. Okay, thank you, Jeanette. Here we have some examples. If it's a book, you say Dark Souls by Stephen King. Stephen King, yes. And the title for a restaurant review would be like Taco Bell in London, a review. Okay. We will use this title in our guide, Time Machine by Adam Smith. And here there is a tip for you. Nothing prevents you from writing something more unique, but it has to point to what you are going to review. And that is why you need a title. Okay, can you please remind me about step number 1? Guys, what's step number 1?
What?
Yes, Gerson? What's step number 1?
Inside the information.
Very good. Organize information and identify what you are going to read about. Well, yeah, I mean, like, not read, what you are going to write, because it's the information you are asked to do. Identify the target audience, right? What is the discussion part? What is the description? And what is the audience I need to give my review to? If I don't ask you about this, it will be so boring for you and you can get sleepy because it's just listening to your teacher. Step number 3, introduction. Okay, now let's listen to Gerson and then Jose. Gerson.
Okay, Tish. Step 3, use the introduction to identify the things you are going to be reviewing and provide styles like the genre, For example, a science fiction novel, a horror movie, or location if it's a restaurant. Um, the other function of your introduction is to engage the reader. You can do it by asking a question. Make your introduction at least 2 sentences long. Okay.
Very good, Gerson. Okay, perfect. So it is important to engage the reader. Yeah, you can do it asking a question, or you can also do it by giving an example of something from your experience, or something that happened to you that has interesting information. Let's look at this. Look, I put the colors here. Yeah, the colors help us identify the information they refer to. So the blue color for the question and the purple for details about the book and the main character. Okay, so let me ask a person to read about the introduction. Jose, please. Jose, hello. Hello, Jose. Can you hear me? Can you please help us read the introduction?
Teacher, hello?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, teacher. Use the introduction to identify the thing.
No, Jose.
Ah,
The example, because we already read and analyzed this first part.
okay, the example. Introduction. What will you do if you could travel back in time? Most people will probably meet their grandparents or watch how the amazing pyramids in Giza were built. But Tom Lee, the main character of the novel Time Machine by Adam Smith, finds himself in a completely unexpected situation, and he has to make a very difficult decision that will change history as we know it.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Jose. So as you noticed, this one is the question. What would you do if you could travel back in time? It's like, ooh, interesting, right? Okay, and then they start giving more details about the book. Yeah, because they're talking about time machine. Questions about the introduction, guys?
No, teacher.
Okay, perfect. Let's continue. Now we have step number 4, which refers to the body paragraphs. Yeah, actually the main content is placed in those paragraphs. Okay, so let me listen. Julian, please read about the body paragraphs.
The body paragraphs are the main part of the reviews, so they should be the longest and carry most of the information. Also, here you describe the points you found in step 1. I keep going?
Yes, please.
Okay. And you need to answer, discuss, and what did the main character do? Why it was surprising. You can use idioms and phrasal verbs. Neutral and informal language is appropriate for your target reader, students and teachers.
Thank you, Julian. Okay, guys, let me tell you something. It's not the same that you guys write a review at this point in life as you write or you wrote a review, for example, 4 or 5 months ago. Yeah? What do I mean? I mean about the vocabulary and grammar you need to use, the body structure you need to give. Yeah? It is better for you to show that you are at this level. So as I told you, it's not the same to write, a review in the A2 level, yes, that it is in B2. Okay, so it is good that you use phrasal verbs and idioms because it shows that you have, like vocabulary and that you can also write in a colloquial way as native speakers do. I'm not saying that everything needs to be like that. No, you can also organize the ideas in a very well and simple way, yes, but in some comments, you can also use vocabulary appropriate for your level. That's the idea. Okay, this is basically what we discussed in the step one, yeah? The questions you are asked to answer and to identify the target, yes, for you to use the appropriate vocabulary. Now let's continue. This is our review sample. This is not as it is like the complete one, no, but it's just for the body parts. In blue, you will see your own opinion, I mean, the people who wrote it. In yellow, the descriptive or interesting vocabulary. And this red, the relevant details about the main character and book. Okay, so let me listen Judy to read the first part, please.
Okay, our review. Who is the main character and what did he do? Describe. Tom, a teacher in a little town in Rotherham, find a mysterious time portal in the
Can you listen, Judy? Guys?
No, teacher.
Okay, I thought it was me. So maybe she lost connection. Judy, hello. I'm not sure if you're talking to us. Okay, so she will need help. While she gets ready, let's continue with Lisette. Help us read the first paragraph again, please.
Okay, teacher. Tom, a teacher in a little town in Rotherham, finds a mysterious time portal in the back of a ragged dinner, which takes him back to the year 1935. He soon realizes that every time he goes through the portal, he gets to the exact same point in the past. Eventually, he makes the unexpected decision to stop Michael James Newton from brutally killing President John F. Kennedy on eh, on November 22nd. Okay,
Yes,
November 22nd,
yes, okay.
1963.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, November, of course, because we don't have 22 months. Yes, very good. Okay, well done, Lisette. Awesome. And if you notice, the highlighted information describes this. Tom, little town in Rotterdam, takes him back to the year 1835. Michael James, president, dates, places, yeah, are for relevant details about the main character and the book. Here, when you say mysterious time, rags, exact time, unexpected decision, virtually killing, are the descriptive and interesting vocabulary that the person is using. Yes? Okay. And we don't have any about our opinion because that was the first one. And remember that in the first one, it's more like a description and specific information. Later we go with our opinion. So,
Sorry, teacher, I lost my connection, but I can read the next part if you want.
oh, thank you, Julie. That's awesome. Good. Guys, if you notice, here they use rat. Yes, rat, which is like interesting vocabulary instead of just saying awful or bad. They're using rat, yeah, which is actually ragged. That's the pronunciation, because it's in past ragged. So it's an adjective, but it's not a common one. Yes, it's another way of saying awful, bad, but the person used like a very descriptive one. In Spanish, it will be more like andrajoso. What else? Yeah, andrajoso is the idea. So that's the invitation for you to use like vocabulary that is interesting and descriptive and according to your level. Okay, Judy, we are ready for you.
Okay, the second part or all the text?
The second one, please.
Okay, why it was surprising? Comment. It seems to me that Tom could choose many others and more personal things to do.
but he decides to try and change history to a degree that he cannot predict. In my opinion, that can definitely unexpected, and if I were in his position, I probably wouldn't even consider a task in this far region. Teacher?
Uh-huh. Yes, thank you, Judy. Okay,
So,
good. Now it's okay. Okay, guys, look at those blue highlighted sentences. It seems to me that, in my opinion, if I were in his position, yeah, it is referring to the writer's opinion, which is very good. You are mixing that and you are also introducing what you think. Yeah, that is the vocabulary to refers to its own opinion. Now, but he decides to try and change history to a degree that he cannot predict. That is, again, descriptive and interesting vocabulary. Definitely unexpected, far-reaching. Yes? So you guys need to try to use interesting vocabulary in order to just give, the level you are required to write off. Okay? Good. Now we have step number 5, that is to finish our structure analysis. We have the conclusion and the recommendations. Yes? The slash, because it can be either way, any of this or both. Finally, we need to make a recommendation because, after all, that's the only reason why anyone will read a review. They want to know what the reviewer thinks about the book, film, or restaurant. Yeah? So that's why we are reading reviews. And you are also writing reviews because of that reason, because you want to reach that target audience to know your opinion. Yeah? To know if you recommend that or not. Okay? So sometimes people who don't really like reading get back to the conclusion. It's like, okay, the title, oh, I am interested in this one, boom, go to the conclusion. Yeah, so the conclusion is to say, yeah, it has to have good content. Let's continue. After Judy, we will listen to Yesid.
Okay, teacher, where?
Here, a
A
good
good,
find.
okay, thank you. A good final paragraph of a review does exactly two things. It includes a recommendation and a final sentence to round of the review.
Yes, very good.
Example. Uh,
Yes, Yesid.
yes.
Yes, please.
Okay. Example. Conclusion. I definitely recommended Time Machine to everyone who has already read some of Adam Smith's novels, as well as to those who like stories with twists and turns around every corner. Plus, you get some modern history on top of that. For me, it was absolutely worth reading, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed.
Very good. Thank you, Yesid. Okay, guys. This purple highlighted part refers to a recommendation and the blue one to a final sentence to finish or round off the review. Yeah? Okay, so here you say, I definitely recommend it, which is, your opinion. And here there is also an invitation, like, I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Yes, it's not like I'm inviting you to read it. I invite you to read. No, but at the end, if you see that language, that vocabulary, it is inviting the person to do it. It's like, okay, yeah, you can do it and you won't regret. Yes. For me, it was absolutely worth reading, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed. And maybe if you find here some like you that is a total waste of time, for example. Don't waste time reading it. Yes, the person will rely on that. Okay, questions about the conclusions or recommendations, my friends? No? Okay. Now, we have this that is very important for you. Okay, as I told you, it is very important for you to have, like the grammar well organized, the vocabulary clear and interesting, and from the level. You're not going to say, sorry, it is good, it is bad. My goodness, we have learned lots of adjectives for describing things. Yes? So try to be more specific and try to use the vocabulary according to your level. If you say good or bad, it is like, well, A2. Yeah? No, it's like, okay, use, like interesting and descriptive vocabulary. So we will finish it with some useful vocabulary, mostly used to organize information. Although it is taking a shortcut because we already learned some expressions and we checked them in the previous examples, yeah, you will certainly be able to create a very consistent and well-organized text, which is our final product of tonight's lesson. So let me show you those phrases. If you want to give background, these are very useful expressions for you to use. Let me listen to Mabeli, please. Can you help us read them?
All teacher.
Yeah.
Okay. Giving background. This show stars. The play is directed by. The film is about. It is set in. The story is based on a book. It is about. There are many memorable characters included. And the main theme of the film is.
Okay, that is giving background. So you are like talking about specific information you want the readers to know. Now we have these few expressions that introduce a contrast. Okay, thank you, Maverick, for reading. Now let's listen to Andres. I'm not sure if you can read. Andres? Okay. So Silvia.
Okay. Expressions that introduce a contrast. First one, on the plus side and on the downside, also on the one hand and on the other hand.
Yes, very good, Silvia. Thank you. So you are contrasting information by using these expressions, right? These sentences. Of course, there are more. Yeah, there are more that you guys can use for that. Yeah. Okay. Now we have. Wait a second.
Teacher, sorry, could you share the previous page? One
Yeah.
moment. Please?
No problem. No problem. I can. Yes.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Okay. Good. Of course, remember that. Yeah, there are like more expressions, right? If you say on the plus side, it introduces positive comments or positive statements. But if you use on the downside, it will introduce like negative ones. Yes. So, okay, on the plus side, you say for good things. On the downside, for bad things. On the one hand, when you start pointing at something, and on the other hand, when you want to include more information and contrasting. Yeah, like on the other hand, we have this and blah blah blah. Okay, and now at the end for recommending. Oh my God, look at this high. My goodness, look at this apostrophe. It's crazy. Okay, these are the normal ones. Let me just fix them. What's wrong with this? Okay, what is my information here? It's for
Teacher,
page.
sorry.
Yes, Julian.
When say on the plus side and on the downside, it's like When they say the good thing and the bad things.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. For example, you mentioned something, Julian, and then you want to contrast it. So if you mention something negative, then you want to contrast with something positive. You say on the plus side, yeah, because you are talking about positive things. And the opposite, they work the same. If you mention something positive and then you want to contrast that information with something that is different, so you say on the downside because it refers to negative information. Thank you for the question. Okay, let's finish with the vocabulary we can use for recommending that. So again, let's listen to, I'm not sure who has not written. Brian, can you? Who has not read? Okay, so any person who can please finish. Natalia, I think you.
Okay, teacher. Recommending.
Mhm.
Overall, I'd recommend. Uh, all in all, the film was. I will hesitate
Yes, hesitate.
to recommend. I wouldn't encourage anyone to. I would recommend this film to anyone. Although I enjoyed, I would not recommend it for. It is one of the best shows I've ever seen. Also, I'm not normally keen on musicals. I'm glad that I decided to go. And the film leaves 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 you out of your everyday life.
Okay, very good. So those are sentences to conclude. And remember that in the conclusion, we usually have your opinion or a recommendation. Yes, so you can just express that you recommend it or not. Yeah, so this is the vocabulary, yes, that you may use in order to have the whole structure. Questions about it? Are we ready to read our review so you guys can um, create or write yours? Questions? Comments? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so
teacher.
let me just give you something and then you guys start. Let me see if I can show you like a checklist. Okay, let's check out the checklist here. Let's check out this checklist together. Let me see. Maybe we can use this one. This is a good one. Writing checklist. Okay. Okay, guys. Here we have a writing checklist for you to check that you have all the elements you are required to. And as I told you, this is from our test, this is training us for our test. So writing checklist, it is okay to answer these questions, yes, to see if you have the elements. About the content, have I covered all the key information required by the task? Not just what I want to say, but more like what they asked me to say, yeah? Have I written all the information which is relevant to the task? Again, related to the question. Have I developed the basic points in the text with my own ideas? Okay. Have I achieved the main purpose of the text? For example, explaining, persuading, suggesting, apologizing, comparing, depending on the text. Yes. Have I communicated a balance of straightforward and more complex ideas? Have I used a suitable style and register? It could be formal or informal vocabulary for the text. That is only if you identified the target. Yeah. And what about the structure? Have I used paragraphs appropriately to organize my ideas? Have I used other organizational features appropriately for the genre of the text? For example, you mention or give examples, titles, headings, openings, closings, questions. If they ask you to, okay, invite people to do something, yes, or start your story or writing with a question or whatever. Is the connection between my ideas clear and easy for the reader to follow? Cohesion and coherence all the time. All of it needs to make sense. There are in some movies, for example, there are like plot holes. Yes, that just you get confused because they talk about one thing and then another one, and yeah, we need to avoid holes in our written production as well. For example, have I used appropriate linking words, pronouns, etc. to refer to different things within the text? Are the ideas balanced appropriately with suitable attention and space given to each one? And the last one about the language. Have I used a wide range of vocabulary, as I told you? Have I avoided repeating the same words and phrases? Have I used a range of simple and more complex grammatical structures? It is a good idea to use, those complex ones that you have clear, of course, because if you don't, that will be in the opposite intention. Have I correctly used any common phrases which are relevant to the specific text or topic? Is my use of grammar accurate? It is very important, guys, especially for this level. Is my spelling accurate? Okay, no more talking from your teacher. Questions about our checklist? No? Okay, so let's
No.
work on it. Okay, let's do it. Okay, I'm going to give you the link. Let me show you. Okay, yes. The idea is that you are going to write a review. Writing a review. I'm going to share with you a folder in which you have the paper for the tags, but the paper is in PDF, so you cannot edit it. So what do I want you to do? Let me show you. When you go to that folder, wait a second. Lots of things open here. Okay. When you go to that folder, you will find a PDF document that has your tags. So you guys can open it for guiding your tags, yes, but the final product needs to be written in a Word document, which has your names and your review. So you guys are going to upload it here in the folder, okay? That's what you have to do. It is very, very organized and it has very specific information. Let me show you. The only thing that I failed doing it was like this one is for 150, yes, words. So let's try to check out that you guys can write the range we are asked to, that is 140 and 190, no problem, okay? In the first part, you guys have a review to check. It's basically do what we just did, like read this review and have your checklist and check if the writer included that, yeah? Read the film review that the writer answer all these questions. So with your partner, discuss if the writer included all of this information, okay? Once you have analyzed that review, here you have your tags. Follow the steps to write your own film review. And here you have information you need to answer or include, okay? Go ahead, guys. Let's work on it. I will be visiting your room. Just call me if you need help, and let's do it. Remember, you guys are going to just create a Word document, your two names, upload them in the folder. Questions?
Teacher,
No,
also
teachers.
with the answer for the first activity, right?
Yeah, it could be, Silvia, it could be like a short paragraph summarizing that. Yeah, okay, the writer didn't include this and this and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, just like that. Yes, or if you want to be very like graphic, you can just like do this, like text or X for the one that he did not
Okay, teacher.
include. Yeah, it is your decision, but if you ask me, I would prefer you guys, train your writing skills and, write a paragraph. It would be better. But whatever you do is fine. What is important for me is the review. Okay? So let me organize the groups. Okay, Carlos, second device today? No, right? No.
No, teacher.
Okay, perfect. Take advantage of the time and really, really train for that. Guys, I will give you plenty of time. Yes, so really, really train for that test because you need it. Let's go.
Hello, teacher. A little alone.
My God. Okay, let me see who is supposed to be with you. Oh, Lisette missed. Okay, Lisette is so responsible, so maybe she is struggling with the connection, but I think she will be here. Don't worry. Okay. Well, she's here.
Vale, yes.
She's here, Julian.
Okay. She's alright. Alright.
Okay. Okay, good.
Teacher? Teacher, can you hear me?
Okay,
Hello,
yes.
teacher.
Please said and Mabel, what are the questions?
Teacher, we have just one question. We have to do all the number 1 and number 2,
He said,
or
can you
just
repeat
number
this?
2? Sorry?
What do you repeat? Sorry, can you repeat? What do you mean?
About the activity. In the PDF, there are two points, yes?
Yes,
We have to do just the second one on or both.
both of them. You have to analyze the film review, yes, and tell me if they include, I mean, the information that you have above is included there, and then you guys write your review.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Okay?
Okay, teacher, we have to create own review.
Your own review. Yes, you have to create your review.
Okay.
Okay, very good.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay,